Hello everyone and welcome to my next reaction to Supernatural. So the last one was interesting. It was certainly a unique one. I still don't know entirely how I feel about it. Definitely aspects that I loved, certain aspects I didn't love. You know, there were some unsettling scenes that I didn't really need to see. But you know what? I'm excited to get into the next one. Let's go.
Who are you?
Was that a Carol moment? It seemed kind of splatty, but not like, I couldn't really tell. Oh, wow. That's a look. Oh, Castiel.
Hi. 5.
Oh.
Coffee urns.
Full.
Dairy case?
Stocked.
Okay, Steve, last question. Where have you been all my life? No, you're not like the other sales associates. There's something different about you.
I can assure you there's not.
I know these things.
I was able to translate the tablet and the footnotes into Elamite, which is
Doodles.
extinct.
Can you read it?
Well, good job.
And scholars have tried for centuries.
So it's a dead end.
No, well, he's doing work. I mean, that's something.
Most
Where do we start? Research.
Dean's favorite.
Library. See if we can find anything else on Elamites. It's volume 1. A die to at a kappa. How many volumes are there?
24.
Let's
Don't worry,
go.
I found them.
Awesome. How are you?
I am busy.
Alright, so how do you want to do this? Have you able to let us see or we pick you up? Hey, you sure everything's
Oh,
okay?
go check
He
on
said
him.
nothing about where he is or what he's been doing.
There we go.
This is Cass. In case you forgot, he's not exactly chatty Cathy. That's why I'm just gonna go have a little look-see, and we're not gonna waste a whole lot of manpower on a big pile of nada.
In other words, a perfect excuse to bail out on research.
You got me.
Sure. Maybe. Wow.
Hey, Steve. I found this in the supply closet.
Well, at least Dean's
Do you know
looking
whose
into it.
is? I certainly don't want to jeopardize our working relationship, but as a working single mom, it's hard enough to get a date, let alone meet a really great guy. And tomorrow's my night off, and I know you're off too, and I was just wondering if there's any chance you're free?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my.
This look like suicide to you?
Dean, I should be there.
No, man, that's not necessary. No, I got this one covered.
Oh.
I've been destroyed. Socially and romantically totaled.
Oh.
Just died.
I can help with that.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Good day, ma'am. And good luck.
Oh.
I'm a sales associate.
A sales
Hey,
associate.
Steve. Your side here?
I'm responsible for inventory, sales, customer service. I keep this place, thank you, clean and presentable, and when my manager's
Good
busy,
for
I even
him.
prepare the food.
I've been politely asking for reading material for weeks. This is what you bring me.
Well, what do you think?
Read Eloi or not. Back to plan B, I guess.
Which is,
Give you up to Abaddon.
she's all fury. No finesse.
Not so sure. Our last encounter with Abaddon, she was scarier than you've been in years.
Bring that to me.
Oh, I don't know about that. Season 8 Crawley was pretty fucking scary at moments. Right. Was that necessary? Was that necessary? You just sit there with your folded arms. My goodness.
This is not you.
I guess you can't see it, but there's a real dignity in what I do. A human dignity.
Hate to interrupt you guys, but Steve, customer had an accident in the men's room.
I'm on it.
Oh, and tonight, 7 at my place work for you?
Right. I'm pretty sure she's not a reaper intent on killing me. And she's asked me out. My shift's over in 5 minutes, and my date's not until later, so...
Boy, I'll go get the car.
Not just yet. I have to clean the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind Cass getting a job, contributing to society, and, you know, being responsible. I don't know. I'm into it. He's doing what he feels like he should. He's doing what he needs to.
1 second.
Yes, what's wrong?
I've seen this before.
Oh.
What? Where?
In heaven.
Were you saying an angel did this?
It's no ordinary angel. This is very bad. He's continuing his heavenly work down here, one suffering human at a time.
Yeah, but this last victim was not suffering. It was just a normal, moody kid.
But he just got here. The ebb and flow of human emotion. Pain. I've been on.
Oh, this is
both
interesting,
years.
though.
Dan, pain is pain.
So everybody's fair game. All right, well, we gotta stop him.
You have to stop him.
Cass.
It's different now, ain't it? Everything feels different.
He's going through it.
You stay safe. Like, go on that date, right? Live a normal life.
Oh.
Well,
I need a ride.
Oh. I kind of love that, like, so quickly Dean was like, go enjoy a normal life. Like, he really does. I don't know.
But I want...
It was sweet, that's what I'm saying.
listen to me. Always open the door for her, okay? Ask a lot of questions. You like that? And, oh, she says she's happy to go Dutch. She's lying. All right? Go get a tiger.
You're gonna out of her own plant?
Doing, jackass.
Listen, I love flowers, but I don't know if it's my own.
Late for what?
My date? Bowling. Would you believe it? Damned if I'm not dressing fancy. Even for bowling. Haven't had an excuse to doll up since Tanya was born. And there she is, my little angel. No, she's already been fed. She'll probably sleep the whole time, and I'll only be gone a couple of hours. Baby Tanya never cries. Wish me luck. You really are the best.
You were not clear about that at all. At all. You did not say, oh, hey, can you babysit? Also, you did not say, hey, are you comfortable babysitting? And, like, are you good with babies? Like, I got a lot of issues with that. Oh, okay.
Not yours. His.
What?
I have nothing but time. You're a dick. Good luck with that translation.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at the floor for a second. Is it done? Oh God, I hear stuff. Ugh.
This is Crowley. Connect me to Crowley. What? What happened? I've been placed on hold.
Oh.
Look at what's happening to me. I can't believe it myself.
Here's a wrinkle. Our first crime scene, married couple. Full analysis of the spray came in from the lab.
Turns out it only contains the wife's DNA.
The husband's still out there.
You know, just when you think you do understand, it'll turn out you're wrong. You didn't understand anything at all. I guess that's just how it is when you're new at this. You know, you're very warm. Is that normal?
Sarah. Was that his truck?
Yeah.
Cass.
Nora, she's really hot. Please, just call me. Call back. If I don't hear back, I'm taking her to the hospital.
Oh.
Hello, Castiel.
Oh, fuck.
Abaddon.
Crowley, how in the hell are you?
Oh, great.
You really think you're doing heaven's work down here?
I know I am.
You're wrong. Earth can be a hard place. These humans, they can get better. They're just doing the best they can.
Is that what you think you're doing, Castiel? The best you can? Well, I'm sorry. But if this is the best that the famed Castiel
Go,
can do,
Castiel.
you failed more often than you succeeded. But at least you played big. Now what are you doing?
I've managed to double on your projections. Now, how did I ever pull off such a feat?
Wow.
Taking souls before their time. Voiding my contracts.
That's right. I'm taking it all down.
Oh!
How does it feel, Crowley? To be the Winchester's bitch. No leverage. You have nothing to offer me. You have nothing.
Your way. You will burn.
I can't wait.
Whew.
Bring me the translations. I keep my agreements.
Well, okay.
Obtain the ingredients. Heart, bow, grace, blah, blah, blah. Oh. It's irreversible.
What?
Oh.
The spell can't be undone.
By choosing a human life, you've already given up. You chose death.
I'm sorry I overreacted. My friend gave me a tip, a low dose of acetaminophen brought the fever right down.
That's okay.
Not your
It was
fault.
a bust anyway.
She didn't even tell you that you were babysitting. So,
The part of you that overreacted, that cares so much, that's what makes you special.
oh. Uh-oh. Crowley, what are you doing? Is that Kevin's blood? What? Gonna need less needles going forward. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Snake Man in the last episode, needles in this
Cass,
one. Ridiculous.
Back at the bunker. Sorry I told you to go. I know it's been hard on you, on your own. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dean.
Me and Sam will take care of the angels. You're human now. It's not your problem anymore.
Well, I think it is in some regards, but I understand the sentiment.
It's been weeks since the massive meteor storm, yet Idaho Falls astronomers still have unanswered questions.
Wow. Okay, I really loved that episode. I actually adored the plot line with an angel that can't really decipher between, just pain that will go away or just pain in general, and trying to get rid of it and get rid of the suffering and everything like that. I found that so fascinating. And obviously whenever a show like this, or any show, sort of tackles something as sensitive as suicide or something like that, I actually think that they handled it. It wasn't a big theme of the episode, but even just that, like, that first scene, I think they did a decent job with that. I was really curious as to what was going on, and it had angel vibes, but I was just very confused as to what they were doing. And once the explanation, or what this angel was doing, and once the explanation came, I actually found it really, really interesting. So first off, there's that. I want to talk about really interesting, this whole Crowley Abaddon thing. I think that's going to be really interesting, and they're going to come to blows at some point. And I'm fascinated by the two different strategies of them, how he runs stuff. I feel like Crawley does have some rules in place for a reason. It's going to be really interesting to expand on that. I also think it's going to be interesting if, and I don't know that this will definitely happen, but maybe, as the season goes on, he's going to become more and more helpful within the bunker. And I know I'm probably getting annoying. Annoyed. I know I'm probably getting annoying with, I just want some sort of confirmation about Kevin's mom. And I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but because I don't know that we know for sure that she's dead. I know Crawley said it, but then he said she wasn't. So, can we please try to figure it out? Or, I don't know. But maybe, I have no idea if I'm supposed to be thinking that, or, if the show wants, me as a viewer to just sort of move on and it is what it is. I feel like that's not the case, but I don't know. So I wonder if any of you guys, while you were watching this, had similar thoughts when it came to that. I don't know about the injecting of Kevin's blood. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay. Can we not with the needles? Crawley, so rude. But he might be very, very helpful. So gonna be really interesting to see how that unfolds throughout the season. And I wonder if it's going to be one of those situations where he's going to spend the majority of this season kind of locked up in the bunker. I feel like he'll get out at some point, but who knows. A great focus on Castiel. I'm actually really loving this storyline for his character so much. As I was touching on in a previous reaction, a previous episode, it's quite interesting to see Castiel. Oh my god, sorry, this is my final reaction of today. I've been filming a lot, so I'm sorry. Seeing Castiel sort of appreciate humanity. I talked about this before, but it's quite interesting to see him, get a job, do what, he needs to do to survive. He's sleeping at the place. He's got the sleeping bag. He's got, and I was feeling a little defensive of him, just a little bit, when Dean, obviously, I think Dean was coming from a place of you've done so much and you're such an impressive person to me. I feel like you're above this. However, I actually really appreciate the fact that Castiel is kind of living life as a human and trying to do what a lot of humans have to do, and do jobs that maybe they don't want to do, or maybe wouldn't be their first pick, but they need to do what they have to do to make money and to survive and everything like that. I actually like quite appreciate that. And I just adored the moment with him and the baby where he kind of was talking about just coming into the world and then kicking and screaming because you're just so confused and you don't really know what's going on, and how he could kind of relate to that in some regards. And I really loved that whole focus within this episode. It's just, Castiel is just very endearing this season, and not that he wasn't in other seasons, because he definitely was, but there's just something really interesting about this arc that he's on. And I at the end, where Dean kind of said something to the effect of, it's not necessarily your battle anymore, or it's not your problem anymore, or whatever, everything with the angels. I totally understand the sentiment. I'm not really, I do think that, maybe Castiel would find a little bit of purpose trying to figure something out. Now, I personally would love Castiel to be in the bunker with them, and taken care of and looked after. I mean, I understand that Ezekiel has concerns, and I mean, as per usual, as I've always said, I don't know about Ezekiel. I don't know what's going on with him. But all of that aside, I feel like Castiel a lot of times, and he's also had some bad moments. Okay, he's had some whoopsie doodles. We're gonna call it that. We're gonna call him whoopsie doodles. But he has really come in clutch for both Sam and Dean, and there still is a part of me that would really like him to be, kind of at the bunker where he has shelter and food or whatever, maybe fairly consistently, but we'll see. We'll see where this season goes when it comes to all of that. Let me tell you, I'm going to end on the weirdest part of this, but this woman, and I think it was probably something to the effect where she thought she was being super clear about him babysitting, but she just didn't mention it, and she just didn't really realize that she didn't mention it. I assume that it was something like that. But girl, you did not mention anything about babysitting. And honestly, like, you should probably ask if somebody's okay with babysitting, if they're good with kids. Like, it's just, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And I understand that he seems like a responsible person in a lot of regards, but that doesn't mean that he wants to babysit. This is triggering something a little bit with it. I'm going to tell you guys a fairly short story. When I first started getting into wedding planning, those of you who don't know, I used to do wedding planning. And before I did my own thing, I had to work for, just to get experience. It's like so impossible in the job market to get any sort of gig like that without experience. So I took all sorts of jobs and worked for caterers and florists, which is where I really thrived and loved the floral work, as I said, but or as I've said in the past. But there was one time where I was working, doing prep work for a wedding and putting some stuff together or whatever, and the person who hired me, small business, super lovely woman, loved her, and really no other issues other than this, but she had to bring, she like worked out of her home and stuff, and so we were putting some stuff together or whatever. And then on site at the venue, she had to bring her kid while we were setting up. Her kid's like, I think, I don't know the technical, when a kid is a baby and when they're a toddler, but a very young child. And she was like, okay, I have to run out and grab a few things. And then she left her baby, toddler, I don't know what, with me. And I felt very bizarre about it, because it's obviously was not in the job description when I was, you know, trying to get work and whatnot. And I was just, as some of you guys know, I'm not, I guess I'm not the best with kids. And there's always been this thing in my life where like people just assume you're good with kids if you're a woman. I don't mean to bring that up, but like I feel like it's happened to me a few times in my life, but whatever. And I was like oddly just stunned. And like, you know, the kid was fine and nothing really bad happened. But she was gone for like an hour and a half. And that is a long time to leave your child with someone that, I mean, I was working with her for maybe a couple of weeks to a month at that point. I did a couple of other events, and we were gelling good. I mean, she was nice and whatever, but I've always looked back on that thinking that was like oddly unprofessional as somebody who like hired me to just do work, set up this wedding, you know, and she's just like, here's my kid. Let me know what you guys think about that. Was that unprofessional, or, you know, I didn't complain. I just felt kind of uncomfortable, honestly, about it. But it's not in the job description, you know what I mean? But anyway, weirdly, that moment with Cass really brought up that memory with me, so I felt like sharing. Anyway, I think that is about it. Yeah, if you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.